pride parades holding up, the gay flag, absolutely I'll
Okay, wait.
stop supporting them.
Okay, I'm gonna name some commentators. I want you to tell me if you think they're gonna be gay or they are gay. So like Benny Johnson,
No,
Charlie Kirk, Tucker
I don't
Carlson.
know.
Do they look
Not
like
Tucker. Tucker
very
has
pretty
cute.
men?
Tucker has
I think
plenty
they
of
look
kids.
I think they're very cute men, and they take
In
very
Yeah,
such
good
cases,
yeah.
there are a lot of gay people who have
many such
families and
cases.
have wives. I mean
I
that you must know
appreciate
that. I mean
we
they're
appreciate the
yeah,
conversation
but
though.
yeah, thank you so much for calling in. I think that there are some just to put a cap on this, and I want to give you the last word. I think that there are some fundamental issues here. If you do think, and I just disagree with you, that life that has value begins at conception, I don't agree with that. Then it's going to be hard for us to bridge that gap for a lot of different reasons. And if you do think that that your entire morality is based on the Bible or you're a Christian guy, it's going to be hard to bridge a lot of this stuff. But yeah, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's hard to bridge the truth with a lie. You're trying to lie and say, oh, well, life doesn't begin at conception. It begins at some arbitrary point that I created because I heard John Stewart say it.
No, wait, no.
You're
I said
right.
life with
You
no, no,
cannot
no, no,
bridge
no,
that
no,
with
no.
a
Whoa,
lie.
whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. Now you don't be sneaky. I said life that deserves moral value. That's different than life. Agreed? It's different.
No. Who are you to determine what life has moral
Wait, no, no.
value? That's so
No, no.
arrogant of you.
Sorry,
That's such
sorry.
a
No,
white person thing to
wait,
do.
wait, no.
That's a white person thing. That's very
So
arrogant.
I'm Latino. I'm Latino. But just be clear about something. The term life that deserves moral value is different than the term life. They're different terms, correct? They refer to different things. So I'll give you an example. A tumor cell is alive, correct? Is a tumor cell alive? Yes or no?
In some form, yeah. But that's
Yes.
not the
So,
same as human
but
life.
you don't value tumor cells, do you? Yes or no? Do you value tumor cells?
Typically, no.
Okay, so there's life that you don't value, correct?
But it's not human life. It's
No,
not. A human isn't
I
a tumor.
understand that,
A
dipshit.
human.
I
A
understand that.
tumor isn't a human.
I'm just saying, don't fucking misconstrue what I'm saying. That there's plenty of things that have life that you don't value. And so when I said human, and we can add human there, human
Well,
life that has wait, a cancer cell is a human cell, right?
obviously,
Yes or
I'm
no?
talking about
Is a
human
human
life.
cancer cell
Obviously, I'm
a
not
human
talking
cell?
about the German Shepherd
Is
at
a
the local
human
animal
okay?
shelter.
So we'll do this. We'll do it. Is a human cancer cell a human cell?
But it's not a
Yes or
human.
no? Uh,
It's
okay. Okay. But it
it's
is a
not a
cell.
human.
So wait. So define a human. What's a human? Define a human.
You know what a human is. Are
No,
we
no, no.
really
I
going to
no.
go there?
Actually, this is like the people who can't
You know what
define
a
woman,
human
right?
is.
You can't define woman. You can't define human. What's a human? You say you know what a human is. That's like people who say like you know what a woman is. Do you define human right now?
Okay. If I just were to think off the top of my head, a human is a creation of God, man and woman. I don't know. You know
You
what
don't
a
know what a
human
human
is.
is. All right. You don't know what a human is. All right. Cool.
I,
Holy fuck. Brainworms. Brainworms. I had to kick them. I'm sorry. That I sorry. I stay on these calls too long. That's my problem. And you're gonna have to keep me honest on this, Jola. You're really gonna have to keep me honest on this shit.
No, it's good.
But thank you for calling in.
So I'll give
I really
extra
appreciate it.
time on calls where it's someone who's like a normal person and not a Nick Fuentes fan
Yeah.
usually, if I think they're like able to be changed. So like I had a really good conversation with someone who like it's a father that had daughters and he got really emotional about like parenthood being a thing that changed his life, and it was a really sweet moment. And I talked about why so many people are afraid, and talked about his daughter. Imagine if his daughter was pregnant and had an issue and they wouldn't take care of her. And we got to the abortion laws, and it really connected there. So but once we get the everything going with getting real people calling in, it'll be a lot more smooth and,
Yeah.
more opportunities for this. But I think this is a really good test run for like for things like chemistry for us, and also bouncing off each other
Yeah.
when we can, and yeah, testing the format out. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, and thank you. I just I think one thing that people need to keep me honest on is I get obsessive and I get very fixated. I'm like a dog. You know those dogs that get fixated on like other dogs and they're like highly reactive. That's what I am. And so I understand that you were trying to axe that conversation for a while, but sometimes I just can't help myself. So
I know you're
I'll try
good.
to be better about it. All right, bringing in Shaddy. What up, Shaddy?
Hey man, I just got pulled in, and I just want to let you know there was some dope conversation going on in there. The next guy up, he's gonna frame some stuff that I may talk about here.
Okay.
I have no clue what you were currently talking about on stream.
No worries.
So, I am I'm gonna open up a little bit here personally about my reasoning why I don't think Donald Trump is as detrimental to society as the left wants to frame him. I did
Sure.
not vote for president in the last election. I could not pick a choice that I felt was good for America as a lifelong Democrat who felt robbed after Bernie, but hasn't been given a Republican option since. Okay. If that makes sense to you. I haven't been given a Republican option since. I voted Biden the first time around. I couldn't support Biden the second, or Kamala, or anybody else who would be considered next up.
Can you identify?
Including,
Can you identify like what parts you like about Bernie and like what defining features say like you would vote for Biden the first time but not the second time? Can you just identify like what you look for in a politician and so we could like pinpoint what your grievances are?
Yeah, 100%. I am what you would call an independent who is close, who, if you were to label how the left loves to, right? Sick of that. Everyone is sick of that on both sides of it, bro. I'm a libertarian socialist. Wrap your head around that shit. Okay? If Zoran wants to be a democratic socialist, I'm a libertarian socialist. I'll own it every fucking day. It makes no sense, but it's the only way to be for America to be the shining light of the
Okay,
world.
define that again. So, because I'm trying to make sure we have a good view of who you are, and so we can approach the conversation. So you said we're sick of that. So what is that we're all sick of, and also what was your like yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you my views then real quick, and I'll run down the massive list of your check boxes, right? That I hate so much.
Well, not massive, but yeah.
Okay. No. I'm talking about your side and your view, not you guys. I know zero about you. I've never followed you. I don't have you on Discord.
Perfect.
I didn't even know how to get in here for hours. I am exactly who you want to talk to. I'm the translator. I'm your translator between the guy that's going to talk to you and the guys that you want to talk to. Okay, I'm the translator. Okay, and I'll explain to you why. I'm a first-generation American of Arab origin who is Christian, who is a trans ally, born in a democratic city that was robbed and left by manufacturing, okay, that has rural red areas. I am Lehigh, Northampton County. I am the purple of the purple, okay? We are who you need. We are who you want. If you want the roadmap, I'll murder my name right now. Okay? Because unless you can delete that, I don't know how to get off the thing that I talk with my kids from what we were just talking about, and I'd rather not be approached because I'd rather just slide through what is going on in the world right now the same way I did in 9/11, but I can't let it fucking happen, dude. I'm sick of it. Okay? And when 9/11 happened, I'm as Caucasian as you can get passing, full fucking Arab Christian. I go into hiding on my culture. Okay, I turn in to what I was expecting to be the possibility of the next race to be picked on after Black people in America, right? That's how the entire Arab community felt. And we all know this, right or wrong. Are you guys going to refute me or no? Or are you going to let me speak? Anything about what happened, right? Because you don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I'm having difficulty.
So I'm letting you know that I would love to get to my actual viewpoint, but I'm still just trying to give you as much backstory about all of what, like, I talk to everyone. Everyone in the world talks to me. So
okay,
please,
we were asking about Bernie
right?
Sanders and Biden, what you liked about them,
Yes.
but you did not vote for Biden the second time. Talk about that.
Yes. All right. So when it comes to Bernie, his forward-thinking positions about dismantling big business, all about. Can't stand the corporate slavery that has become
so Trump's
America,
the opposite
right?
of that, right?
He's the complete opposite.
However, 100%. However, the reason why he is an agent of chaos that is a beneficial portion right now is because he is yet to dismantle, and we are peeling it back as quickly as possible, and the mobilization is happening.
Are you an accelerationist?
Huh?
Are you an accelerationist?
I am not an accelerationist, but I believe we're past the point where acceleration has already happened.
Who do you watch?
Okay.
Like, do you watch Brianna Joy Gray at all, or like any?
No, I watch Kyle Kalinske. I watch Breaking Points. I watch
Kyle.
Hmm?
But Kyle's very pro-voting Democrat, right? Kyle called fascist the death cult, and said we should vote Democrat in every election, even if it's Joe Manchin, by the way. So
the most powerful sector of the influencer sphere right now for America is the weird ass coalition of Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tucker Carlson, Cenk Uygur, and Zoran Mamdani that's going to form by the end of 2026.
You're a troll. You're literally a troll.
Okay. No. I 100% believe it, dude. And there are so many people who do. No, dude, you want me to send you a screenshot of my Facebook where I literally pointed that out and said it will happen? I'm not a troll. There are people who believe this in America, and there's people who see it, is what you guys don't seem to understand. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are connecting dots and talking to each other, and that's what you guys have been talking about. If there is an uprising and you guys aren't going to have the control of it, which is the issue.
Dude, you didn't come here and you were like, actually, I really respect Bernie, and I think that Cenk Uygur and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson, that's the coalition you want to get behind?
That's the coalition that's forming that nobody seems to realize is going to build a shit ton of momentum.
The person that they're saying is bringing global jihad to America, Mamdani, right? Marjorie loves Muslims, by the way. Marjorie Taylor Greene loves them. And Jews. And Catholics.
Her hatred for the Jews outweighs her hatred for the Muslims. And the Epstein thing and the Epstein files will pull back that veil for her.
Hey, Cenk, we found you a candidate. We found you a person, Cenk, that you convinced. You win, Cenk. This is proof right here. This person is proof your strategy works. This is the most...
I don't buy it, Shoddy. I still think. Do you have those Facebook pictures? What are the pictures of? Okay, we're not hearing anything.
Cenk got him. So Peter Thiel got him.
Yeah, they got him. Thank you so much, man. Hey, appreciate you. Where do they get these guys? That was a troll, right? That had to be.
I think so.
You get these people a lot, or is this like a different kind of crowd than you're used to?
No, usually it'll be I don't know. Usually they don't know who, like, they wouldn't know who any commentator is that we watch at all. Like people that call me, which is a really refreshing thing. I can't
wait to do that. Yeah, no,
that'll be refreshing.
We should definitely do that. That'll be really good. All right, let's bring in this person. I might need some help with that tech.
Someone said classic Jolah stream.
Yeah. Hello, how we doing? Source inspired retired. Oh, sorry, what? Did they leave? Let's see.
Yeah, so we're looking for like a phone number, like a fake one for like Zoom, I think does it. I use Google Voice, but you can't do two people on that, so.
Yeah. Yo, how we doing?
Let me close down to YouTube really quick.
Good call.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
You hear me okay? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah. There's a little bit of a lag. Hey, wait. Is there a lag? Hello? Testing.
Yeah. Hello?
Okay. Now go. Thank you.
Probably straight now, right? Okay, cool. So. Well, apart from some of the other introductory callers, I'd like to state a little bit about myself. I'm a young Native American man out in the Midwest, gardener / home builder, and I like to make a few points in regards to like we're talking about the state of American politics in this current iteration of, of the moments.
Dude, you're not even trying. Come on.
I'm not trying. So, I mean, if you want to start, let's talk about this, right? You talk a lot about benefits and privileges, right? So let's go back to the Constitution, right? There's absolutely no mention of democracy, number one. Number two, the government's only there to protect your private property and your borders. The real American credo back in the day was institute that you come here, you build your own house.
Why are you doing the voice? Why are you doing the voice?
There goes ad hoc, right? Every single time. And
the ad hoc.
Do you live in the city? Do you live in the city or do you live rural?
Yeah.
Do you live in the city or do you live rural?
Do I live rural? I live rural.
You live rural, dude.
Okay. Do you have a garden?
I have
It's
many
funny,
gardens.
right?
Grow
I
your
have
own
2
food,
gardens. Yeah.
How many square feet do you have, or have you not been able to measure it?
Feet. I have 2 acres.
2 acres? Well, I'm not asking that. I'm asking how much are you gardening off those 2 acres?
How much am I?
Do you can't measure it? You can't plant your garden?
I have a huerto, and I have
You
tomatoes.
you have a lot of things. I get that, but I'm asking you. This is a simple question.
Yo, you
But
can't
like,
even stop laughing.
let's break
You're
that down, right?
laughing. You're
Like
laughing through it.
you want benefits and privileges from the United States government corporation, and you're gonna lose your fucking rights. The American
Talk about
credo
the
goes
Federal
back.
Reserve. Talk about the Federal Reserve.
The Federal Reserve is a private trust. It's not a federal institution. It's a private trust. It's private.
Okay. What do you think about
Right?
the Rothschilds?
It's all bloodlines. I mean, what else can I say about it?
Hey. Thanks very much. All right, we have to really. I think we needed to go. We've been doing this for 2 hours, but I feel like we haven't got any good calls. I feel like all our calls have been about.
We were
Destiny.
gonna do the Twitter space thing.
Yeah, do you want to try that one time and see?
Yeah,
who
we
comes in?
definitely need to, because I don't think we're gonna get anywhere.
Yeah, they've all been trolls. Or really the best call was the guy who said that gays are like all sinners. That's like the best call. That's the only actual genuine guy.
I'll say, since we started talking, just to reiterate, I've gotten at least 35 different phone numbers calling the Google Voice. So.
Oh god damn. Yeah, we definitely have to do that. All right, so we'll try the Twitter space. What I'll do is you'll have to join, Jolah, the Twitter space.
Mm-hmm.
I'll mute you on Discord. You'll mute me. You'll be a little laggy, and I'll be a little laggy probably on your stream if you're streaming. But we'll mute each other respectively on Discord, and we'll communicate through the space, and people will still be able to see us. Does that sound okay?
Sounds good.
What should I name the space? I have MAGA in shambles about Epstein, but
Trump
also
killed those kids. Trump killed those kids in Texas.
No way! I can't do that. I can't do that.
Why not? We got to show Destiny how it's done.
No.
No. Okay. So.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't have too much of pussy.
What's a good name? Yeah. It doesn't matter.
MAGA in shambles debate. All right, I'm gonna start the space.
Yeah, so everyone knows. So with the big beautiful bill, ICE is actually changing their name. So it's not Immigration and Customs or Enforcement. It's now incredibly cucked and emasculated. So if you ever talk about them, just know there's a new way to say it. It's really a good name. And any other changes we'll let you know. I know Chuck Schumer got the name changed to the bill, so a lot of different things are happening. Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you very much, Chuck. Yeah, did he change the name? All right. Can you join the space, and then I'll mute you real quick. Space, and then we'll have a little conversation. We're really looking for some MAGA folks to join the space. We're also streaming it, but we want to have a conversation about how you folks are reconciling the crazy shit coming out of the administration, including Jolah. Jolah will be my co-host, and we're really looking for Trumpers, for disagreeers. We tried to do it through Discord, but everyone was a troll. Everyone sucked. So yeah, we're looking at Twitter. In general, I'm going to start. First of all, Jolah, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you good. There's not the lag is bad, but not too terrible.
Awesome, cool. For me, I think it's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
We didn't really linger too much on the Epstein stuff, and I do want to get your take a little bit on it. One of the things that I find and that I've been really honing in on this entire time is the linguistics, the terminology, the use of the term Epstein files and Epstein list. And what I have argued for is that those terms, as they're used by MAGA, presuppose the corruption that they're looking for. I'm actually agnostic about whether or not there's like the official story is true or not. If I had to bet, like if someone was really, really pushing me, I maybe lean slightly in favor of there's no smoking gun evidence for other third parties or for a government cover up. But I find that when you try to give that potential to MAGA, they just don't accept it. And it's because partly, I think it's because the terms themselves, the list, the Epstein list and the Epstein files are conflated and carry with it this meaning of necessitating corruption or necessitating a cover up. But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on how do we reconcile? How does MAGA try to reconcile, what has been a major pillar of their narrative for so long with the fact that they're trying to say, move along. There's nothing to see here, folks.
Yeah, I guess just really pounding it home and being really emotionally manipulative, like they usually are about it, and just saying like, you want to just pass over these kids that are abused, and asking the questions about what Trump has, done with Epstein and how much he partied with him and everything else. I mean, Trump is someone that bragged about wanting about the sexual attraction of his young daughter, and said he wanted to have sex with his own daughter multiple times, and bragged about going into locker rooms and grabbing women. So I feel like when there's a pile on there, it can be pretty effective. The terminology doesn't matter as much as you being directionally in the right direction, like JD Vance said, directionally true. Where just there's something really weird going on here, and whatever the files are, whatever these documents are, that was on a and using the phrase that Pam Bondi used, because they're really mad at her, but making sure we connect it back to Trump because he's the one in charge. Drive it back to like whatever's in those documents. They must have reviewed it and not liked it. And Trump, he was president when Epstein died, so who knows? So I think we don't need to really close and be too specific on those things, as long as you drive home the point we're trying to sell.
Yeah, Jordan, we have you now as a speaker. What are your thoughts on the situation with MAGA vis-a-vis Epstein, or anything else, really?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. How you doing?
Good. So just quick background, I guess first. I did vote for Trump first time around. That was my first ever vote though. A little bit dumb. And now I'm sitting in my Tesla at the moment, but
Dude, you're
I'm more
not
in the
good at
middle.
this. What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, I got one though. My question is, why do you think we should cut the military?
I'm removing you from the speaker. This is so stupid. I don't know who these people are. That it's not even a good troll. All right, we have Casey J from LI. Yo, what up, Casey?
Pisco, brother, how are you? Jolah, I have wanted
Jolah?
to. Yes, I have been a fan of Jolah for a very long time. I've never gotten the chance. I'm gonna throw a name out, blast from the past. I was one of the mods for Hans of Arkir, our
wow,
big,
that is a throwback.
Wow, that's a deep cut.
Exactly, yes. So like I've been in this game a bit, and I miss my brother Hans. Hope and pray he's doing well, but Pisco, Jolah,
He also likes to take his shirt off.
Who, me? Casey J?
No, Hans.
Well, I mean both of us do, we're both big strong men,
Yeah.
You should take your shirt off more, Pisco. If you had some confidence, maybe you try to.
Listen, I just don't want you to take your shirt off in my Discord. Is that okay?
Peace in your Discord. Why are you being so mean, bro?
All right, listen. It has
nothing to do with Joah, he's being so mean to me right now. You see this shit, right?
No, it does.
No, he's being so mean. Like I can't even be like, I can't even be confident in my body and be like, flexing with the bros. You can be
confident in your body, but I don't want people to be taking their shirts off in my Discord. That's all it is. All right, tell us your disagreement, or what are you here to say, Casey?
I just want to say hi. I've been drinking, obviously. I always drink. To talk to you, Pisco, my lawyer brother from NYC, I have to have a few drinks in me. Joah, don't judge. I mean, Joah, you can judge me for that, but I'm from Long Island, so like,
we trying to be Mom Donnie an anti-Semite. Is that what you're here for?
I'm here to Mom oh, bro. Let's not. I just want to talk about beating Bruce Blakeman in Nassau County this year, and I want to actually fuck that. No, Pisco, let's not talk about him. Can I talk about my good friend Seth Kozlow running for Nassau County Executive?
Sure. I mean, this is about disagreements, but if you want to
No!
some
Fuck that. We're showing Nassau County has 1.4 million people in it, Pisco.
Okay.
That is larger than, like, what, 3, 4, 5 U.S. states?
Smaller than Puerto Rico.
Well, good thing I think Puerto Rico should be a state. Word to my young lords and Black Panther friend, the Professor Denise Oliver Velez.
Can you count from 10 backwards?
Yeah, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, suck my cock. How about that? You fucking... The fuck do you mean, bro? I'm not that fucking drunk.
I don't want you to talk about some random dude from Nassau County. Can you just...
Random dude from Nassau County? He's our county executive candidate, you cunt. Why are you going to disrespect us like this? Why are you going to disrespect us like this, Pisco?
All right, man. Hey.
No, this is not cool. No, this is not cool.
You're drunk.
Let me talk.
Why should I let you talk?
Because I actually get, unlike everybody else in this fucking chat, Joah, all them. Oh, wait, what did Gotham fucking say? Gotham tagged me.
So this is
shout out Crimson's and Bastion News Network.
Oh, no. Okay, you're done. Sorry about that, Joel.
Am I how's my audio on your side?
It's good. I'm
is
like
it quiet?
surprised at how good it is. Not
you're
for me.
a little quiet on mine. Do you have your voice suppression toggled on?
No, I don't think so. Am I super low for the people?
There's microphone settings, and you could toggle noise suppression. So I'm not sure if that would make it lower.
I turned it off noise suppression. Is that any better?
You are a lot louder. Yeah, it's actually it's working now.
Sick, awesome, amazing. Okay, Casey, we're done with you. I don't know who this person is. Oh, hello. Yo, what up? Oh, hello. This is really, we really need to get that phone service working. This is a great way for us to test out the kinks, though. Oh, hello. How you are on the air.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't have a disagreement about anything other than from the Democratic perspective. I don't understand why Hakeem Jeffries and anybody else won't just seize this opportunity to try to get back some of the conspiracy-minded people who used to be more left-leaning back in the 9/11 truther days.
Hey man, the good Democrats are doing it. Like Jamie Raskin was asking for Epstein files and whatever. Like the good ones are. Have you seen?
Yeah, but it's not getting through.
Have you ever seen Hakeem Jeffries smile?
No, I hate.
Or make any expression. Has he ever shown one expression on his face in front of you or on camera?
No,
Can you bring up one picture of Hakeem Jeffries making a genuine human emotion?
No, but
I think that might be
anybody.
A problem.
Then I mean, somebody has to see.
I've never seen that guy on camera looking like a human being. I'm sorry, but like he looks like an AI generated like politician. Like I want someone in chat to find me one instance of Hakeem Jeffries looking. Like, he seemed really genuine talking to Stephen A. Smith when he said he wants to make sure every progressive loses nationwide. But when he's not attacking the left...
I didn't hear that.
No, he didn't really say that. He spent the entire time, like, attacking Trump a little bit, and then when the left was brought up, he's like, oh, we're getting the left out of there, buddy. Like, they attack me more than anyone. It's like, okay, dude. Now you're all active.
Did you hear Stephen A. call it? Did you hear Stephen A. is, at least he says and claims that he's ruling out a run for 2028? What do you think of Stephen A.?
Me?
Yeah.
I think that Stephen A. would be much better than pretty much half of the current frontrunners. Like, the idea of running Pete Buttigieg is insane to me. Pete Buttigieg has the personality of cardboard. He gets 0% of the black vote. I mean, where is he going to go? Nowhere. He won one race one time in his life. That was a small town mayor, but he's in the top 3. That's crazy. Stephen A. sounds much better than half of those people, you know? I don't know. I don't understand why Democrats won't run.
You know, Stephen A. said Trump was right about January 6th, and January 6th was caused by insider FBI agents, right?
I don't care. I don't really care. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
Okay.
Like, who cares? You know?
Nice.
It's like, just you need somebody who can break through, and you're not going to get anybody to break through who's on that roster right now, like every single one of them is a dud, in my opinion. I don't understand why they won't go with a celebrity or with somebody who's like, I don't know, just not in politics at all. Donald Trump worked out really well. He revived a dead party. The Republican Party was dead in 2014, and he brought it back to life. You know, I mean,
was it dead? I think other
it was
Republicans could have beat
dead on
Hillary
a
Clinton.
national scale. It was dead. I mean, sure, they're winning Senate races in like deep red states again. Okay, cool. But after George Bush, you know, I mean, there just wasn't, I don't know, it was never going to work. Mitt Romney was just never going to win that race. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It just seems so obvious from my perspective that you can't, when your party is not popular to that extent, you can't dig into your party to get out of that problem. Like, you have to go from the outside, and that's why I just don't see why Stephen A. Smith wouldn't be possible. I just think it's wrong to just laugh it off. I think it's wrong to laugh off any of these people who would have considered running.
Here, question. Would you rather go for Democrats to win? Do you think it'd be better to go the Zoran Mamdani direction or the Hakeem Jeffries direction?
Oh, Mamdani for sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah, because I mean, he actually knows how to communicate, and that's something that 95% of them don't know how to do. And if they knew how to communicate, they would be seizing the opportunity of Epstein right now, because it's the one organically, you know, just an organic thing that's dividing MAGA. You don't have to try to divide them. You don't have to try to convince them that Medicaid cuts are bad or any of that kind of stuff. They don't really care about that, really, unless you're like pushing them to care about it. They organically care that Epstein, in their mind, is not, you know, he's getting away with this and blah 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 blah. That's
Here's the potential
what it
danger,
all
caller,
matters.
though. Here's the danger I find, which is, what if they're telling the truth? Like, what if there is no additional evidence that implicates third parties, and there is no evidence of a
Okay, Obama was
cover
never
up?
born in Kenya. Obama was never born in Kenya, but Donald Trump wrote.
I know, but you're
that.
asking the Democrats. So I'm just playing devil's advocate. I do think that we should be aggressively messaging on this, and I think that there are smart ways to do about it. So I agree with Joel on that. But when we start leaning too heavily into it and start substantiating the truth of it and saying that we seem to know like what is in there, aren't we
don't know
potentially
what's
playing
in
with
there.
fire?
Yeah, we don't have to ever say we know what's in there.
Right,
I don't know what's in there. Nobody knows. But guess what? It's an easy win to say, 2026, we're running. If we get in power, we're going to be releasing the Epstein files through House subpoenas, through whatever.
Yeah,
like
we should
whatever
lie
you
to
could
people.
possibly do.
Yeah, but what does that even mean, right? Like, what does it even mean? Like, we promised to release the Epstein files. I don't know what that means.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. That's the point, is that it doesn't even matter. I mean, if you're not cynical about politics in 2025 to the point that that doesn't even matter, I don't know what more to say, because Trump doesn't operate under those you know, frames. Like, he just says it. I mean, he said he was going to go, you know, audit Fort Knox. You know, he never did it. You know what I mean? Like, the list goes on and on and on. It's just like, tell the people what they want to hear, and, you know,
So
let
just
it go
lie,
from
Giga
there.
Chad. Just lie.
You know what? I mean, honestly, at this point, what is the better solution to tell people that you're going? I mean, what are Democrats going to run on in 2026? We hate
There's
Trump
nothing.
again.
There's nothing else to run on right now, dude.
2026, and then when Trump's gone, what are they? What is the Democratic Party? What goes after that? You have to at least. I don't think there's anything wrong with riding the waves of interest in our country. If people are genuinely interested in the Epstein stuff, that's up to them to be interested in it, and it's up to you to listen to it and to follow through with it. And if, guess what, you open up the file and there's nothing in there, then you just show them an empty thing and just be like, there's nothing here. But
isn't that what they're doing now? I mean, they're doing it right now, and I think that
not really. I mean, they're just saying, oh, there is nothing there. I mean, you're telling me there's not a single document anywhere to be found?
Well, they released some documents, right? And this is why I keep coming back to this point, which is releasing anything that isn't the thing itself that they're looking for isn't releasing anything, right? Like, they don't consider it anything. Like, they got a bunch of documents. Now, granted, the fucking press event where they gave all those fucking dipshits a bunch of binders, which was hilarious. there were documents in there. Like there were stuff from the Epstein case in there, from different litigations and from the criminal investigation. It just wasn't what they were wanting to see. And so I just don't understand, like, when you we'll promise to release the Epstein files. Isn't that like Trump's whole mess? Now, one answer to that is there actually is a cover up and Trump is actually implicated. And that's the kind of the route that we could take. But what if that's not true? And I'm concerned that it might not be.
Oh, also,
What?
well, you know how like Charlie Kirk blames everything on black people and DEI? Like, I feel like Democrats could even say like, well, that one guy who's best friends with Epstein, well, guess what? He's diverting money away from our DHS units that we're going to be, or our, whatever units we're going after child trafficking across the border. And he diverted money away from them to go after innocent people at Home Depot, because even Joe Rogan's against that. But like, I think Trump diverted resources from there. You could do easy owns, like, because Trump thinks if they're actually looking for abusers, they might find more of his friends. Like you can make just like jabs like that don't have any huge statements and still direct back to a problem that we know is happening.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. Actually, that's the thing. It doesn't have to be that you have to know for sure exactly what everything is, but I mean, you can already we already know certain facts. We know that he was his best friend for 10 years, according to Jeffrey Epstein's own voice recording with Michael Wolff. I mean, so we already know that. We know certain things. It's about messaging discipline to always be framing it in that perspective. For the last 8 years, I've heard nothing but Democrats are pedophiles. There's a satanic pedophile cabal. Q told me, blah, 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 blah. That was for years and years and years and years and years. And you know what? Public opinion polling shows that about 15% of this country believes in QAnon. That's more than the black
Really?
vote.
I didn't know that.
More than the black vote. Yeah, according to the New York Times, you can look it up. In 2021, they actually released information about that. You could look up that. It's 15%. That's huge. That sways elections, okay? So the idea that that's insignificant, it's beneath us, whatever.
Maybe we should
I
make
don't
our
think
own.
that
We should do
works.
blue QAnon. Blue Anon.
Yeah,
Blue QAnon.
exactly. Absolutely, 100%. I mean, I just think, politics is driven by what the people want at the end of the day, or what they're interested in, at least. And if people are genuinely interested in the idea that Jeffrey Epstein was up to shady shit and like what was going on, then that decision has been made already, and then you follow it. Trump understands that and I don't know why he's not doing it now, which gives me feelings that he might have something to hide, because he's really good at understanding how to sell to the American public, because that's what he's been doing his whole life, selling to the American public. Reality TV show, selling shitty apartments to people, selling steaks and water and useless degrees. He knows how to sell to people in America. And it's because he knows what they care about, what they think about, and what they're interested in. And that's what he goes for. Democrats try to lead you into caring about things that they want you to care about. It's way less hard to know what you already care about and to meet you there. That's what Trump does. Trump doesn't have to do all the legwork that Democrats have to do, which is trying to get you to care about these things, to get you to care about climate change, to get you to care about, election integrity, to get you to care about all these types of things.
Well, Democrats should not talk about climate change at all.
He goes to what you care about. Maybe
they should
it's
talk about
Epstein.
Scary tornadoes and
so
stuff.
What? And once you get into power, then you can use your power to then tackle things like climate change.
True. Yes.
But it's about getting into power, and you have to get into power to be able to do anything to begin with. And if you're always trying to lead people to care about what you care about when they organically don't care, you're going to have a harder time than the other guy next door who's going to say, you care about whatever. Okay, sure. That's just how it is,
I'd vote for him. Good speech.
Yeah. And I think the phrase that encapsulates that is meeting them where they're at, I guess. Okay, any disagreement that you can identify? I think that's one of Jolah's points that he's been trying to advocate for a while. So I think that you're going to find us being like more willing to be aggressive messengers and to try to be more attuned to the actual desires of the people. And in fairness to, or I should say, to be fair, right? Like the things I care about aren't what normal voters care about. Like I cared a lot about January 6th. I cared a lot about the transition of power. People didn't really care about that much, or to the extent that they did, it was overdetermined, or it wasn't. It was just like 40% of the population that was going to vote for Democrats anyway, and that just made them more insistent they would vote for Democrats. So, there's some stuff that people like me probably need to learn about from this. But yeah, any disagreements?
Disagreements. In what way are you talking about?
With us, with Joel and I, we're doing disagreements.
Oh, I mean, that pretty much would be it. You know what I mean? Like, I just think you have to be willing to just get outside of the way that you think, which is what you already just said, and listen to maybe what even hardcore MAGA voters are saying, and then think about a way that would make them actually listen to what you have to say to begin with. Again, like, you're perfectly spot on about January 6th. Like, that worked for like a good couple weeks, but then, I live in a swing state. I got to tell you, it was, nobody cared. You know what I mean? Like, nobody cared.
Well, okay, here's the issue, pal. It's because we have the human equivalent to wallpaper selling the story. We have bullshit. We have terrible people. They are lawyers. Okay, they are lawyers who are not charismatic. Just like Pisco. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, this conversation. I'm getting tired. But like, it really is true. Like, when Democrats talk, it's all procedural. It's all like, this decorum is really astonishing today. It's like, dude, shut up and say.
Oh, they
cool.
fucking voted. This pisses me off. I don't know if it pissed you off too, Jola. When they voted to censure Al Green, that shit fucking sent me.
Yeah, that's completely pointless. Al Green actually did like more this year than like 99% of them did, and if anything, when he got up and he started interrupting things, everybody else should have joined him. Like, that was the best bet to go at. I mean, just shut the whole thing down. I don't know. I don't get it. And then I'm just going to leave off with this, and this is it. Right now, there's a flood in Texas. Horrible. Obviously, those children, obviously, all of it is just horrible. But here's the thing. Democrats, I have not heard a single peep from any of them saying, hey, like, where could this be a failure on the Texas government's part? Everybody's like, oh, the Doge cuts, all that kind of stuff. Well, there was a wildfire in California a few months ago, and it was just blamed purely on Democratic incompetence, 100%. And yet nobody's asking, like, why a camp was allowed to be built in a flood zone, or, why they didn't get the emergency response text, or any of those things. And people can say, oh, that's ghoulish to say because the kids died, and that is a fair argument. But the problem is that not kids, but adults died in the California fires, and nobody was saying that it was bad to be calling Karen Bass communists or whatever the hell they were saying at that time. And then number two, Trump went to North Carolina when they had their floods. He was on the ground. He was being photographed, videoed, all that. Kamala did not want to go at the beginning. Biden didn't want to go. Nobody wanted to go because they didn't want to get involved or take up space for Secret Service and all that kind of stuff. And that, to me, just encapsulates the whole problem with the Democratic Party right now. The people aren't going to give you credit for not taking up resources during a flood or for not pouncing on it politically. People are going to remember that you never showed up, and that Donald Trump did. He was there on the ground talking to those people, and that's why he won.
Yeah, but I think about the Ted Cruz thing. Do you remember the Ted Cruz thing where he was in Cancun and apparently he was on vacation in Europe?
Yeah, but I mean,
did they really care about that?
I mean, can Ted Cruz, does he have a crystal ball where he's going to know when the hell there's going to be a
no? But I think in both cases there was indications, like he stayed an extra couple days in Europe this time, and he left Texas, I think, to go to Cancun on a pre-planned vacation during the thing. And people voted for him anyway, right? Or at the very least, I guess we'll see, right? He's up for re-election this year, or sorry, 2026. So I guess we'll test that hypothesis. But I see your point. I mean, like Ted Cruz is now on his podcast and elsewhere talking about how he was actually there, and maybe that matters more to people. I'll give you the last word, and then we'll probably wrap up since we're not getting a lot of Trumpy people here, unfortunately. We'll have to do the other call-in system, but yeah. Oh, hello.
Really quick,
we'll give you the last word. Yeah.
Really quick before the last word. Everyone needs to remember nothing matters at all. You need something to be your starting point for messaging campaigns, but if you don't have a messaging campaign, it really does not matter. The reason January 6th doesn't matter anymore, or even vaccines, because all these podcasts, it's a cultural, societal level gaslighting. The definition of gaslighting, changing how people view past events. If you don't have a reinforcing mechanism to say this was bad and here's why it's bad for years later or months later, and have a huge media apparatus to push that, your narrative's going to die. It doesn't matter what you do, how you do it. Democrats can save everyone in the world. They could do all these policies to get people health care. Trump will take credit if they don't have the media ecosystem to take credit.
All right, hello. Last word to you.
I mean, at the end of the day, just act like a normal person without having to think about acting like a normal person. Don't swear in order to try to relate to the everyman. Instead, just talk about the things that they care about. A lot of Democrats are doing that lately, swearing. I don't know why that's not.
Well, I disagree right there because you said like don't think about acting like a normal person and just act like one. I know very many autistic people who can act like they're not neurodivergent, but Democrats are somehow unable to do that. So I think they're a little bit worse off.
It comes across as inauthentic, and all I can say is that if you don't have a good message, nothing will matter. But then once you do have a good message, you have to have discipline with it, and you have to have everybody.
So Bill Nye said. Bill Nye said nothing matters, but everything is matter. Bill Nye said that. Bill Nye, the science guy. You know that guy?
There you go.
I met him.
Yeah.
I met him at a voting event.
Well, you did?
Bill
What
Nye.
was he like?
He just I didn't talk to him. I just saw him walk by. I was within a foot of him though. I met him because he was right next to me.
Oh, you're gonna fucking.
I was too scared. I'm not good at talking to celebrities or anything. I'm too
Nah?
scared. I'm a scaredy pants. Nah, I'm bad at it.
Shit. All right. Well, thank you so much. Hello. I think there's that's a nice note to end on. That was a nice note to end on. More agreement than I think disagreement, but appreciate you guys being in the Twitter space. We're gonna hop off and we'll do this again sometime, maybe through Twitter, but more likely through this call-in system that we'll do. But thank you guys on Twitter. Thank you. All right.
Are you on TikTok? Oh wait, I gotta unmute.
Yeah.
Are you on TikTok?
I'm going on TikTok soon. I have an account and it's Pisco Liddy, so y'all should follow TikTok. I'm getting that situated, but
because you could do like dual streams on there
boomer.
pretty easily.
Yeah.
I'm almost at 14K on there, so my TikTok's been growing decently.
Hell yeah.
With like clips and stuff, but like I think that might be a decent option too. Hopefully.
Hell yeah. We'll figure this out. Sorry that, we're just working out the kinks. Hope you guys appreciate some of the conversation. It was more trolls and memes and things that we didn't really want to talk about, but I do appreciate doing this, and we should plan it again until we get actual callers and go where they are at. But Jolah, super appreciate, you coming through, and we'll do this again for sure with a better format, and hopefully we'll get some actual Trump supporters.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So for anyone on my stream, it's Pisco's Hour. Pisco does horizontal streams. I do the really cringe vertical ones. Vertical streams. My Jolah Politics is my page. Jolah Politics, JOLAH Politics.
Is it at Jolah or is it just Jolah's?
It's just at Jolah, but the name is Jolah Politics. I took away the talks for formatting reasons across all social medias. But yeah, I appreciate this. I think it'll go pretty good. We just gotta get the callers in.
Yeah, true. No, I will say some of the trolls made me laugh a little bit because they were like very intentional trolls, like we're giving elaborate backstories, and I did find that funny. But thank you so much, Jolah. Everyone should follow Jolah. We're gonna do these more again.
I'm from the Midwest. I'm a Native American farmer from the Midwest.
Oh yeah. Let me give you my full philosophy. I'm a libertarian socialist, and no one ever wants to talk about. No, I think they were pretty well done. But thank you so much, Jolah, and everyone should follow him, and we'll talk soon.
All right, thank you. Have a good one. Whoa. Oh man. Please drop a like, subscribe. Appreciate you watching. Thank you so much to Sri. I saw Sri donated on Venmo. Thank you. $15 from Sri saying W collab. Thank you, Sri. I saw you say on Pisco's stream as well. W collab. Thank you so much. If you want to donate, Jolah Politics on Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. Thank you, Kyle, for sharing around this stuff. Hello, mods. Hello, members and stuff. Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, donate, whatever. King Sri. I think it'll go pretty good once we get some people in there. It kind of sucks. There's no there were no like Trump callers, but it kind of is what it is, you know. Yeah, it takes a lot of the load off having someone else to go off of as well. It takes a lot of the yeah, it takes a lot of what did Kyle suggest? I didn't see it. What did Kyle say? It takes a lot of load off having someone else to host it. Yeah, we have to get the phone number working because I had so many callers during that time period. It's actually kind of ironic because I would have had a really good show. Like when it comes to callers, I would have had like there are so many people trying to call in. I would have had a wealth of callers for content. Yeah. Your show sucks, kid. You are show. How did you think Piers Morgan do with Brian Tyler Cohen and Destiny? I have to watch it fully. I'll probably watch it on stream tomorrow. After tomorrow, I'll be off Friday. I can actually no, I can't stream tomorrow. Crap. I might. Maybe I'll try doing a day stream tomorrow. Maybe. I have to travel tomorrow night. Then I'll be back on Saturday. But yeah. No, I mean Destiny's gonna be right, but my arguments are about limiting influence, obviously. And the approach that works. And you know what? Having someone be edgy like that, like I said, can get edgy kids on their side, all right? And it can help edgy kids go to him instead of Nick Fuentes. So that's a benefit. I should hook up with Destiny. Do 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 do. Hook up with Destiny. It'd be good. It would be good. You gotta leech off bigger audiences, obviously. I don't even care about Destiny. I think he's an effective communicator. I think he is a intelligent person. But that's not really the conversation we're having. I think he's also a shithead, so. You could say someone's skilled. Like Michael Jordan was skilled, but he's a pretty bad person. If you want to get into politics, no, it doesn't really matter for getting into politics or campaigning. I mean, like Zoran got interviewed by Hassan, who said America deserved 9/11 and a bunch of other shit. So like, it doesn't matter that much if you just like talk to someone. Maybe a pest even. Yeah, you need someone with a flawed character to get people on your side, and his audience votes overwhelmingly Democrat. And I know people personally who have found him as their way to not go to the right wing because they are shitheads, all right? But we need shitheads to vote for us to win, all right? We need the shitheads. Ball busting, edgy jokes, we need people to do that. We do need that. Joe Rogan's talking about how we need Jesus. Kyle Kalinske predicted this.
People are going to understand the need to have some sort of divine structure to things, some sort of belief in the sanctity of love and of truth. And a lot of that comes from religion. A lot of people's...
You can also just be a good person, though. I mean...
moral compass and the guidelines that they've used
doesn't
to
need to come
follow
from
to
that.
live a just and righteous life has come from religion. And unfortunately, a lot of very intelligent people, they dismiss all of the positive aspects of religion because they think that the stories are mere
intelligent
superstitious
people, like,
fairy tale.
honestly, most intelligent people reason with religion. I mean, people are religious and intelligent, obviously, but also, if someone's not religious, they usually do see it as a societal mechanism for keeping people happy, and it's more of a belief system. It doesn't need to be real, but you can still respect it and the role it plays in people's lives, which is what the vast majority of people that I know do, who are so-called intelligent people.
Tales that, you know, they have no place in this modern world, and, you know, we're inherently good and your ethics are based on your old moral compass and we all have one, and that's not necessarily true. We need Jesus. I think, for real. Like, if he came back now, it'd be great. Like, Jesus.
Is that Aaron Rodgers or is that the Nazi guy? What's the difference, dude? Is that I don't know. I come from ignorance. Bro, this guy keeps calling my freaking phone, dude. Why do you keep calling my phone? I'm not giving these people any more phone calls until they donate me money. Alright? They gotta give money.
Hello.
Hi. This is politics.
It is?
It's politics. You called me.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't call anyone. My phone rang.
You called the politics show on YouTube, didn't you?
Oh, I did. I apologize. Yes, I did.
No, it's okay.
I thought it was live, sir.
No, yeah, I'm
And
live
it
right
said
now.
I
I'm still
couldn't get
live.
through.
I'm still live.
Oh, okay. I'm apologizing. I was just
Yeah, no worries.
calling in. I can go back to the live. I didn't get in. I thought I was like, okay, that's just a replay. So, but hey,
Yeah,
I appreciate your call back.
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
wanting to tune into it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I already like the title on it, so.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I would just were you just checking if I was real?
I did. And checking the
Okay.
number and stuff.
Well, I am real, and I just called you, so I appreciate the support.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate
All
it.
right, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful
I'm going to
night.
finish listening to that. Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
for watching.
And bye-bye.
That's wild, bro. That's wholesome. Wholesome. Uh. Oh my god, bro. That's just funny. It's just thank you, L. Destiny, I don't know, LOL. Thank you so much for $10. Thank you, L. I really appreciate it. Oh no. It's also like what I talked to Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Do I support Charlie Kirk? No. All right, I'll take one more phone call because L gave me $10. Okay, I'll take one more phone call. If anyone's if anyone is hoping to talk about politics. Nice. Let's try this person.
Hello.
Hi, this is the Politics YouTube stream calling you back. They're scared. They're scared when they get a phone call from a random number at 2 a.m. They get scared, apparently. I don't know why. You gave me your name and phone number. And you're scared when I call you back? Why? I don't answer my phone like that, bro. I really don't answer my phone like that. I guess people do.
Hello?
Hi, this is the Politics. What's up, man?
Yeah. What's up?
Howdy.
Hold
Nothing
on,
much.
give me just a second. Alright, sorry about that.
No worries.
Alright, so how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Pretty good. Sorry, I'm with my sister. So, I don't think I've ever seen the guy you were talking with before. Is it on Discord? Who is that guy? I haven't heard of him.
Pisco is a lawyer who does politics on YouTube as well.
Oh, that's fun.
It's very fun. It's fun to talk about
Yeah.
current events.
What do you want to talk about? Let's do it that
I
way.
love reading the newspaper. I don't know. Listen, when you know, they're doing not good stuff, they're doing not good stuff, like they're cutting healthcare and Medicaid and stuff. I don't like that. And they're cutting taxes for the wealthy, and they're blowing up the national debt by $5 trillion. It's really cringe.
I'm sorry, give me one more minute.
You are officially banned. No more kids allowed in the Jolah channel for YouTube. We talk to adults about politics. Any adults want to talk? Who's this person? Why don't you call someone from Louisiana? Uh-huh.
You little faggots that stay home and talk about
Oh,
Trump and
please answer
Ted
the
Cruz.
phone. Please answer the phone, please.
Well, howdy.
Howdy.
So, you one of the Trump haters, huh?
I don't hate anybody.
That right.
Except Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can tell a Democrat by just the way you speak.
How?
'Cause y'all have this hatred, this idiotic hatred for anything he does.
Well, when it's
And,
abusing
and you
children with
have this
Jeffrey Epstein.
And you have this dying empathy for Kamala Harrison and that
I
sick
don't care
fuck
about
Joe Biden.
Kamala Harris. I care, but wait a second. Isn't Trump defending Jeffrey Epstein right now?
And Trump what?
He's defending Jeffrey Epstein right now. He's hiding the Epstein.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that. I'll be honest with you. And
Yeah.
so did a bunch more of them. I'm not happy about that. I tell you what I think. I think Epstein is alive, and they're having to cover it up.
Oh, Epstein's alive. Okay.
Yeah,
What is he doing? Where is he right now?
I have no idea, but there's been some small rumors that he's been spotted. Now, you know, whether that's true or not, I can't say. But I have been to jail plenty of times, and I can tell you when you're on suicide watch, ain't no fucking way to kill yourself.
But that was during Trump's administration, right? When he died.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's 2019, so Trump was still president. So it would be his Department of Justice. So like that's what people are saying right now because Trump is tied to that Acosta last name lawyer that helped out Epstein and got him like an illegal plea deal. Then Trump was president when Epstein died, and now Trump is getting really scared whenever people talk about the Epstein case right now. So people are drawing a connection there. They shared a legal team. They were best friends. Epstein said so. Trump said so a while ago. And all this stuff happens.
Yeah,
Then Epstein dies under Trump.
That was 20. Let's look. If we're gonna talk, let's be honest. That was 20 years ago.
Well,
a long
but still,
time ago, before he was ever president for the first time, he
but
was
didn't
talking
Trump
about Bill Clinton having a hard time with that guy, and he was.
But
a
after the
pathetic
death
piece of
though,
shit.
didn't Trump wish Ghislaine Maxwell well? Didn't he say he wishes her well? Like even just like a year or two ago?
I don't know. I
It's
really
just
don't know.
it's just weird events that happened under Trump's watch is all people are saying.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, and I was really pissed off. As a matter of fact, I called the Capitol several times to express my disconcern or discern about the way that was handled when he talked to that reporter about asking, like, well, he ran on releasing the Epstein files. And what they're doing is kicking the can on down the road. And me as a 3-time supporter of Donald Trump, I'm very disappointed. And of course, I don't understand all of what's going on. I know he had some very powerful people by the balls. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and Obama is the most powerful people in the world, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. Bill Clinton has had more people killed than the law allows.
Okay, just really quick then. Do you agree with Trump bombing Iran for Israel?
Yes.
Okay, are you a big Israel supporter?
Because they were just about to get a nuclear deal together. They hate America. They've been saying death
Nuclear
to
deal?
America.
Nuclear weapons? I mean, that's what they said. Didn't they say that there were WMDs that got us into the Middle East for the first time?
Well, I don't really know a whole lot about Iran other than everything I hear that they hate America, and they've been threatening America for 30 or 40 years now. I'm 62 years old, and
Are you a
they've
big
been
Israel
threatening
supporter?
America. Am I an Israel supporter? In a way. I think they're committing war crimes, but what they done to Israel, what them bastards done to Israel, man, did you see the footage of where they splattered kids' guts against the wall that was in bassinet?
You mean
little 2-year-olds?
Hamas?
Yeah, Hamas. Did you
Yeah,
see
Hamas
where
is bad, but people would argue Hamas is
Yeah.
bad and the IDF is bad too. So they would say there's
Yeah,
both sides
that's
are
why
doing really bad things.
that's what all this started over. And I have no fucking
Well,
use
it's
for
a
Ukraine.
long thing. But I would just say in general, like, it's really interesting. Like Trump is sending money to Ukraine again now too. So he's sending money to Israel and Ukraine. He ran against doing that,
Yeah,
right? He said he was sending no money to
Joe
either one.
Joe Biden fucked that up before he got out of office. He done everything he could to jam Trump administration up. And I hope you Democrats know that the whole damn plan, if you research this from this New World Order bullshit, from Geneva, Switzerland on down to America, these bastards wanted to hide in their damn billion-dollar bunkers. And that's the reason all these immigrants flooded America, because they wanted to, hey man, laugh if you want to. I've researched this shit. They wanted to flood America and get everybody concentrated together and force Russia and China to attack with nuclear weapons. And if you don't believe that, you just look at the way Joe Biden and them handled that shit. They were trying to force Putin to bomb us with nuclear weapons and China.
But why did Russia invade if they were like gonna do
Ukraine
that?
had been Ukraine had been fucking around with Russia for a long time, man. They're a bunch of damn criminals.
But Ukraine did not
wanna
invade
fight.
Russia, right? Russia invaded Ukraine. Russia wanted to fight. Ukraine tried having like ceasefires.
Actually, Putin's wanted ceasefire several times, but
He broke it every
the
time.
Democrats have talked. That cokehead, what's his name? I can't. Zelensky has got a $5 million mansion in Florida right now, thanks to Joe
Zelensky accepted
Biden.
every ceasefire from Trump, but Putin spit in Trump's face. So that's why Trump's giving Ukraine weapons
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, but I have no use for Zelensky. I wish somebody would put him out of his misery, honestly, because he's going to cause
Do you
us
feel the
to
same
be
about Putin? Do you feel the same about Putin?
No, I respect Putin. If it wasn't for his diplomacy and him seeing through the Biden administration, we would have already been in a nuclear war.
If you
Because
so you would want like if you could take like all the Democrats in America and trade them for Putin, you would do that?
Hell yes.
What about Netanyahu?
I even thought about if my family would have went to Russia, I would have moved to Russia when they offered free citizenship, but I couldn't talk my family into moving.
You
because I was
should
so
move to
fed up
Russia and see if you can get out. I want to see if you can make it out.
to get away from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's
Dude, you should
regime.
definitely move
Yes,
to
sir.
Russia. You should move there.
In a heartbeat.
You'll love it. Please move there. I want to hear your opinion about Russia when you get there.
Well, I like living off the grid and living in the woods. I have no use for cities.
Well,
like
if you move to Russia, you're gonna live outside of a hotel room window. If you speak bad about the government.
I hear all this bullshit about Texas, the floods are from the what is this? The environment change. It's from an environment change for sure, but do you know what started all this flooding?
Are you gonna say cloud seeding?
No.
Okay. What is it?
Deforestation, brother. Deforestation. When they clear cut thousands of acres of woodland and reduce it to just dirt, the woods and the tree roots and the growing vegetation is what absorbs all that water off the top.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean,
And when
trees are good in general. Deforestation has a lot of bad impacts. So you're not like, that's
good in general, brother, we have to have it to scrub the
No,
earth.
I agree.
To,
No, I agree with that, but like, it seems like they don't care much about that on the Republican side. The left are the ones,
I don't
crying
think
about
either
the trees.
side cares about it. It seems like the rich are so empathetic of our natural wonders that God gave us. It's just pathetic.
But Democrats are pro like green energy and pro keeping trees alive. Trump is very anti
That
doing
was
that.
that was all a big bunch of bullshit. Just like they say in guns are the number one killer of children and all this bullshit. Guns are not the number one killer of children. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Guns are just an anonymous object.
It's not guns. It's gun violence done by people, though. It's just the number one tool.
Yeah, but I mean, look, if you take guns away from everybody, do you know what's happened to every civilization that disarmed the citizens?
I mean, Australia is doing really great.
Genocide,
Probably better than us.
brother.
Australia is disarmed, but
No, Australia still has firearms, brother. They're not completely
yeah, but
disarmed.
their laws in America would be considered communism, like having restrictions on firearms, like they have in Australia and America. Like Americans would not deal with
But
that.
did you know every? Let me give you one. You want to talk about Ukraine a bunch and all this bullshit, and Israel. Did you know when that happened to Israel, they immediately gave the gun rights back to the citizens? Did you know that after Hamas attacked Israel, did you know they immediately restored people's gun rights and encouraged everybody to carry guns after that? Every fucking nationality, every nation that has been disarmed ended up in genocide. Every one of them. Always remember this. Always the criminals are the ones who don't follow the law.
Israel still has a licensing system, though. Israel's gun laws are still very controlling versus ours. Like, they still have a lot more laws than we do, even after the Hamas attack. I mean, every other country in the world handles firearms a lot different than we do. We have a very let people die kind of thing in America. We don't really care that much.
I think everybody should carry a firearm because people will police themselves.
In every state where they do that, like Alaska, the death rate, the murder rate is a lot higher because people can't police themselves. It's better to have police officers.
That's bullshit, man. Come on.
I know numbers have a liberal bias. Liberals, numbers are gay. I know numbers are gay.
To me, be honest. Now let's talk about New York, Chicago, with the strict Washington D.C. The strictest
they all have lower violence rates than red states. Yeah. Blue states have lower violence than red states. 100%. Yeah.
No, sir. They have the highest
Alabama's murder rate is higher than California's by far. I'm just saying. You
don't
gotta believe in it.
But gun-free zones are the highest murder rates.
It's just not true.
Firearms. Yes, sir.
It's not true.
It is.
More guns means more gun violence. Yeah, I mean.
You're wrong, sir.
Okay.
I told you we're gonna talk. Let's be honest now. You're wrong.
Well, I'll be honest. I gotta fall. I'm going to bed. I appreciate the call, but I hope you have a good night. I'll talk to you another time.
Well, I hope you see Trump's way because he saved America. Democrats was putting us right in line for nuclear war.
I just don't think think Trump is a messiah. Trump's not a messiah. He's not God. So I'm not going to worship him like he is one.
He's just a fucked up person, just like the rest of us. He has flaws.
I am not like Trump. Do not put me in that. If you're like Trump, you got to see someone for that because I mean he does bad things to kids.
I think he's a grandfather. He's a father, and I think for the most part he's a pretty good man. He has flaws just like you do and just like I do.
I don't have those flaws. All right, thanks for the call. Have a good one. All right, guys, I'm going to bed. Thank you for the donations. Jolah Politics, a Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. Please drop a like, follow, subscribe. I'll probably be back on Saturday, I think. I'm not sure. I'm going to hop in Discord for a little bit. Join Discord if you want to chat. If you want to shoot the shit, jump in Discord. Here is the Discord link. Thank you for $2. What do you think of Trump per supporting you? Cool. A lot of Trumpers agree with me. Their brains are just poisoned by their hatred of gay people and immigrants to agree with me. But once we get past the racism and sexism, they're pretty cool. And homophobia. Like, we agree on a lot of stuff. So, I mean, it's really all social issues for them. Democrats are paying this guy to do this channel. I wish. Be cool. All right. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. That was fun. Excited for more in the future. Thank you. Pisco said like a Wednesday night kind of thing. So maybe every Wednesday night. And you could bug Pisco to put me on Live and Learn too. Or one of those people. Okay. All right, guys. Have a good night. I'm too good for what? What am I too good for? What am I too good for? For Live and Learn. How am I too good for that? It's just a cringe podcast. You're a star. Calm down. All podcasts are cringe. You're being cringe. You're a prankster. You're a prankster. I listen to Live and Learn sometimes. They need some more spice on that show though. It's kind of low energy. I'm not gonna lie. When you have Josiah from Pondering Politics as your #1 energy guy, you're having problems. Just saying. That's a joke. I appreciate the confidence. I do think I'm a good speaker, but I'm exhausted. When am I gonna get facts? No, thank you, thank you, thank you, Kel. I appreciate you. I don't gotta get facts. I don't say things that are not true. I simply just don't lie. I say only true things. Why would I need to get other facts if I already have facts? Like, just, you gotta get facts, dude. If you had the facts, you would know I'm not lying. It's that easy. It's that simple. So, true. All right, guys. Have a good night. See you guys. See you guys next time. I appreciate it.